Okay, so here we go with another part. This is part 4, I believe. Next up is a really cool piece, and it's probably the oldest bootleg that I got. So that to me that makes it really special. Final Command. Um, 486 of 500, and that's in total because they did a black version, which this is that was limited to 400, and then they had I believe it was a red version that was limited to 100. So they did the the numbers completely on of the total. Um, this is from a show, Woodstock in Orange County, 3/28/83. So probably the oldest bootleg I have. The first command there. The final command, which is the second half, is incredibly hard to find. Um, Comes in 2 editions, and the starting asking price for that is $500. Um, so if anybody's got a copy that they'd like to sell me, um, just let me know. That's one that's on my list to get, but I don't know if I will be able to, because again, in trying to find everything within the United States, that's an album that doesn't usually one show up very often because of its rarity, and then again with you know uh, I'm drawing a blank here, but you got the rarity, and then you got again a lot of these albums pop up in Germany's popular, the Netherlands. A lot of stuff comes out of Greece. But anyway, moving on. There's that. There's the back. And the label. And the reverse. Interesting about this on the Death Jam label, and it's got some interesting songs. You've got of course, back in '83, they were basically working off the first album, but you've got Simple Aggression, Blitzkrieg, Ice Titan, Assassin, Knight Rider, and High Priestess that, to my knowledge, have never appeared on an actual album. But these are some live recordings. Some of these recordings from this actual concert did show up on bonus discs for Soundtrack to the Apocalypse. So some of this material from this concert, not necessarily from the bootleg, but from the concert, may have been off this. I'm not exactly sure, but some of this material has been heard, but not all of it. I believe only Ice Titan was actually from that concert that made it onto that disc. Maybe High Priestess, I'm not sure, but anyway. So that's pretty cool. So, but half the stuff was never released, which is awesome. Okay, next up we have probably my favorite title for bootleg, Satan's Little Helper. This is from '87, I believe, Berlin. Yeah, recorded in Berlin, April 27th, 1987. This is a newer. Obviously, I mean, just look at that. Yeah, that's Linda Blair-ish right there. which is also really cool. Freaked me out. Awesome. When I saw that, and then with the title, it's like I gotta grab this, and I picked it up rather cheap. Um, Raining Blood, Die by the Sword, Praise of Death, Necrophiliac, favorite song, Aggressive Perfector, Black Magic, Capture of Sin, Reborn, and Post Mortem is the set list. And you can tell this is actually a more recently issued bootleg. On this side of the label, George W. Bush. Other side, Gary King. So that was really interesting, and I didn't pick up on that first look over. Actually, it was pointed out on either a collector website or through a video on YouTube that I actually found that out. Went back and looked at it. It was like, sure enough. Okay. Slayer, In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida. Clear vinyl. This one I will actually spend a little time talking about. Clear vinyl there. No center label. This is from 1989. And we've got a selection of mixed desk recordings from Essence, Goog Hall, January the 10th, 1989. Read Between the Lines, Black Magic, Postmortem, At Dawn They Sleep, Die with the Sword, Kill Again, for Bloody Knife Records. Interestingly enough, they misspelled Jeff Hanneman's name, which is actually common. There's a lot of misspellings that are very common on these bootlegs, with misspellings on song titles, incorrect song titles, misspellings of the names. That's actually very common, which, as a collector, for me, it adds to the, it adds to the flavor, which is really cool. But yeah, we got All the Boys in a later period. There's the reverse. Really cool shit. And one of the few on clear vinyl that I have. Okay, moving along. Songbook the Antichrist, Part 1. Actually, really difficult for me to find. This one especially. Still sealed. Flyer that was, or a couple of flyers actually, thrown in that I kept. For some punk shows. Well, there's a metal show, and this one definitely looks like a punk, but I kept them in to add the flavor. This audio is from the Live Intrusion. It's the first video they did that was originally on VHS. Now was released on DVD. The Live Intrusion from '95. This is the audio from that, and I believe it's actually audio from yeah, but wait, I'm getting confused. But this is the audio from the show. I'm not sure if it's the actual the actual audio from the tape, because this actually came out before it was re-released. But this is from the Amphitheater, Mesa, Arizona, the 12th of March, '95. And real interesting, that's Kerry King on the front, and that's actually the Criminally Insane Cross 7-inch single. Picture of it there. Exceptionally rare, I might add, as well. So that's really cool to have a picture of, because not that many people have it. because it's a well, at least in the United States, because it's a UK release. Okay, so that's part one, and dun da da da, part two. Tom Araya is on the cover for part two, and there's the Eagle logo on the back. This is the second half, and from the same concert, and Witching Hour by Venom, Machine Head, and Slayer is on this. It's actually entitled Witching Hours. There's an example of a spelling mistake. The song is Witching Hour, which is a Venom cover. That's really cool. Both of these copies, part one and part two, are still sealed. How am I doing with time? 11. Okay. This is obviously Slayer. Titles in back here. Metal Massacre, not to be fused with the Metal Blade compilations. This is another Eindhoven performance here. A Trip to Hell in 46 minutes. Hopefully you can see that. There you go. Yeah, and yeah, soundboard equipment, 528.85. And so yeah, that's really cool. Again, no center label, on standard black vinyl. Okay, I will end it here, and we'll continue on in a bit. All right, hold on.